Welcome to Your Domain's Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. And indeed, this is a live news show for movie fans. We talk about all the trending movie news headlines of the day, and we've got a bunch of trailers to get through. So I just put a segment here called Trailer Reactions. Snow White! It's going to get its 4K release. But according to Rachel Zegler, we don't want to watch that Snow White because it's not very PC these days. I don't know. We'll talk about that. Roadhouse has got a rating. Saw 10 has got a rating. Charlie's Angels 3, really? Taylor Swift has got an Eras movie coming out. But we start off today's show by talking about The Marvels and its rumored runtime. The Marvels runtime rumored to be the shortest of any MCU movie. Well, good, because I'm getting tired of these 2-hour plus marathon movies that are just kind of like, why does Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania need to be 2 hours and 15 minutes? I'm going to pull my hair out here. Anyway, yeah. So this is a plus. This is a bonus. It should be. I don't understand it. Because as I said, guys, when a movie's longer than 90 minutes, all that extra minutes that you're putting up on the screen costs money. It makes your budget inflated. And when you're over 2 hours, not every MCU film needs to be 2 hours. Not every comic book movie needs to be 2 hours. I don't understand this mentality. Blue Beetle, not MCU, but for God's sakes, why does that have to be 2 hours? All right, so this rumored runtime. Let's just take a look. The shortest of any movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And you know what would be awesome? Is if the Marvels was only 90 minutes. That would be a plus, and that would be a selling feature for me. Because I'd be like, oh God, I don't want to sit through this for 2.5 hours. Oh, it's only 90 minutes. That's a plus. That's a bonus. For me, it is. Let's just take a look at what the rumored runtime is. The Marvels is currently sitting at 1 hour and 38 minutes. Whew, yes. Now, that piques my interest, which amounts to 1 hour and 33 minutes without credits. That's a pretty damn short MCU movie. Well, it should be, for God's sakes. I don't understand this. Oh, it's got to be. It's a comic book movie. It's about a character that everybody loves, so it's got to be 2 hours. No, get out of here. Yeah. So the Marvel's director Nia DaCosta teased to the Empire. Family plays an important role in this movie. I don't care about the family stuff. Carol's the oldest, the prodigal. And then there's a middle sister, Monica, who Carol knew as a kid and promised she'd come back, but then never did. And then there's all that switching stuff. Yeah, we've seen in the trailer that they switch bodies whenever they use their powers, right? I don't care. As long as eventually they explain that Miss Marvel's powers go into Rogue at some point. All I care about is Rogue from the X-Men. That's all I care about. I don't care about the rest of these characters, which sucks for them, but yeah. Marvels, let's see if the IMDb has updated that runtime. It has not. As of now, guys, it's still slated for November 10th. Really? November 10th. They should keep that time. I don't think they should push it. If the writers and actor strike are still going on, I still think that them out promoting the movie isn't going to help a bad movie. It's got to be a good movie. It's got to have people coming out of the theater going, that's not what I was expecting from the Marvels movie. My God. Did I like that movie? My God, I think I did. Holy crap. That's the reaction you want out of people when they come out of the Marvels. Not like, eesh, what the hell was that? You know. But it's going to have people who like Miss Marvel. It's going to have people who like Brie Larson fans. It's going to have the hardcore MCU fans. And those are going to be the people that will be dipping their toe into the water first to say if it's worth watching. The hour and 33-minute runtime is a plus for me. Samuel L. Jackson's in this. I don't really care about the villain. You know, the villain's just going to be a one-off. They'll come and die in this one, and then nothing else will be. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how this fits into the rest of the MCU anymore, because I don't know where the MCU is going. The MCU is just all over the place, and they've said, well, don't worry, it'll all make sense once Phase 5 is all said and done. And they said that about Phase 4, and we still have no idea what the hell Phase 4 was all about, as we are trudging towards halfway line for Phase 5, and most of us are still like, where the heck is this going? The stories never seem to be um, joined. It doesn't seem to lead into the next one. It's all over the place. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 had nothing to do with this. That definitely had nothing to do with Thor Love and Thunder. It's kind of like, what the hell is going on with this franchise? But I'm going to stop my ranting there for Marvels. What do you guys think? Is that a plus side for you, it being a shorter film? It is for me. I know some people will be like, well, I don't know. I just mitigate your losses, man. Cut it down. Cut out some of the useless jokes that are kind of like questionable and just move on. Move on. All right. Chris Ober says, I saw 10 rating jams. Jams. Oh, okay. I don't know what that means, but or do you mean James? Sorry. Yeah. So we're live 10:30 a.m. Eastern here most of the time here on YouTube. Sorry. I was about to say Facebook, but we're not on Facebook. And there are all my other social media handles. Guys, come over and join us on Twitch. We do a lot on Twitch now. We're going to be doing a lot of gaming streamings for Final Fantasy VII Remake, Street Fighter 6, World of Warcraft. A lot of that stuff is going over there on the Twitch stream. Of course, you can find the TikToks and Instagram and stuff where we post like those little short videos. I can publish longer ones on those ones because we don't have a 60-minute shorts time frame that YouTube has. I wish YouTube would extend shorts to 90 seconds because then like that, those few extra seconds help. Later on today, my short of my best movies for August will be released, my rankings. I only saw 6 films, guys. Slow. August was slow. September is going to be a little bit around the same too. So only 6 films I saw here in August. So it'll be a shorter list, but pay attention for that later on today. Equalizer 3 opens up today. And are you going to go out and see it? Thursday night previews? Hey, this is the last weekend before kids go back to school here in Canada. Maybe people will sneak out to see the early reviews for the Equalizer 3. Let's take a look at the early buzz. 71% by critics. That's good. 35 reviews. Good. Now, this movie is only an hour and 43 minutes, so that's a plus for me, too. Thank God. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of these 2-hour-plus films that are just kind of like, ugh. Anyway, you heard me complain about that enough. Let's move on to some of the snapshot reviews. See what people are saying. Rolling Stone. It's a great excuse to watch Washington be a movie star in the most natural and unfiltered way. If this is the last time his duo's brand name vigilante thrillers, at least it's going to be out on a properly pulpy high note. Okay, what does that mean? If this is the last of his duo's brand name vigilante thrillers, what, Antoine Fuqua and Denzel, their last duo? I don't know what the heck that means. Despite its reductive tendencies, the Equalizer 3 is still superior to your Liam Neeson / Death Wish action flick. Oh, okay. Well, I hope that the action is good. He goes to Italy. He tries to help people there, kind of thwart the mafia. It looks like he's going to step up. I got no problem with this. I'm going to check this out later today. I'm going to see it at 4 p.m. today, guys. So there you go. Amon Warman says, a solid conclusion to an unlikely trilogy and a fitting end to Robert McCall's character arc, with Washington still entertaining as a deliverer of slick justice. So what, is he going to die in this one? Is that what you're getting at? That's what I got from that. Somebody who didn't like it, Hollywood Reporter. There's still no suspense because there's never any doubt that McCall, who seems like a murderous automaton rather than merely a veteran secret agent, will triumph over his adversaries. I don't know. Adversaries, sorry. What the heck was that? That was like a huge word salad. Well, just looking at the cursory glance here, this is last weekend's box office. 17.4 million from Gran Turismo. Can Equalizer 3 make more than that? I think it can. I'm hoping that it'll make around 20 to 25 million. It is Denzel. Gran Turismo. will be, actually, I don't think Gran Turismo will be number 2. You know what's going to happen? Equalizer 3 will be number 1. Barbie will be number 2. Then Gran Turismo, Blue Beetle, and then Oppenheimer. God, Oppenheimer's been hanging in there. So is Barbie. My God. People are just still going out to see it. Gran Turismo, that sucks too, because Gran Turismo was good. Gran Turismo deserved much better fare. Because people coming out of it liked it. They did. Let's see if I can pull that up here. Ahsoka. No. Popular streaming movies. Oh. Gran Turismo, 63%. Yeah, that's not, but 98 by the audience. So people coming out of it, they liked it. How will it fare against Equalizer 3? It's going to fall. It's going to, and I believe it, Barbie's going to beat it. So, yeah. Sucks for them, but, you know, it's just the current climate of the box office. And trust me, people going out to promote the movie and stuff like that, it's not going to change anything. Very minor little impact, I think. I don't know. I don't know what it's like when they go out and do those late night press junket tours with like the talk shows and stuff. The talk shows. Talk shows? No. Does it really make that big of a difference? I'm dubious, but we'll see. Moving on. What else can you find here on Mirror Domains? If you guys kind of like this stuff, and as I said, we're on Twitch, so we play games all the time. Well, my review for Gran Turismo is up right now, so go check that out. We reviewed a movie called To Catch a Killer, which will be one of my favorite movies of the year for sure. And we do trailer reactions for things like Rebel Moon. We watch Ahsoka. Episode 3 is up there right now. We watch full movies like Heart of Stone, Barbie. Oppenheimer reviews are up on the channel. Of course, then, you know, we do movie news, but the gaming's there on Twitch. So by all means, come Twitch, Mirror Domains. Hey, we have lots of fun over there. Even if nobody's in on the stream with me at the time, I just turn on the camera and I start playing, and that's it. All right, let's talk about something else that I'm very passionate about. And a little bit upset about, with Taylor, a little bit. I don't know. Taylor Swift concert film headed to AMC Cinemark theaters for big screen release. The Eras tour. Yeah, every tour she puts out. She did one for Reputation as well, right? Like it's on Netflix right now. You can watch that one where it's just a bunch of her performances all kind of sandwiched and stuck together. The best of kind of thing. And if this is playing in theaters, I'll go and see it because I still haven't been able to get through to get tickets for the Toronto show, which sucks, which has gotten me a little bit, it's got my feathers a little bit ruffled because I signed up early to get into the queue for tickets, and I still haven't got an email saying, oh, now's your time to go on and buy. I would have bought them like that. You were allowed 5. I would have bought all 5, just like that. Anyway, I still haven't gone through. Is this the best? Is going to see Taylor Swift in the theater the only way that I'm going to see that live performance? It's possible, which sucks. So they released a first teaser trailer for this, and I can't play it because, well, I can't play the music because it's just, as I said, it's her performing the songs, right? She does have some stuff that she says in between the songs, like welcome to the show. Hey, this is a tour that we're going to be exploring all the musics from the album and stuff like that. So that's cool. It's just like, but I see this footage and I'm like, oh man, I really wanted to be there live to see that. I don't care if I would have been way back up here in the nosebleed seats with my little binoculars going, ooh. Still, if I could just have been that close just to see her, to know that that's her way down there on the stage, just would have been a life-altering experience for me. Because I don't know why. I don't listen to her music all that much on my high rotation. Guys, I'm a guitar player. I listen to a lot of rock music, but I still respect her as an artist. And I would have loved to have seen this show, and I think that this may be the closest that I'll be able to see it because the Toronto shows, unless it opens up again another volley of seats, I don't know if I'm going to see it. It sucks. But Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour concert film, October. This will be out in October, and I will see it. Will it be one of my favorite movies of the year? Well, could you really call it a movie? Coming to theaters in North America. Um, no, it's not really a movie. It's just more of like a concert show, right? Um, Only in theaters beginning October 13th. Tickets now available. Now, um, as I said, she's done this kind of stuff before, so I got no problem with that. Um, I'll go see it. And I think people who have are in the same boat as me, where it's kind of like we wanted to go see the show live, but they were all sold out. Hey, go to the theater. You'll have the big sound at least on the big screen. I'll sit really close so I can feel like I'm like right there. I'll be down to the lower seating arrangements for that for sure. Cinemark plans Taylor Swift Eras Tour film in the U.S. theaters. I think it'll expand and running each subsequent weekend through November 5th. So it's only going to be on the weekends, not during the weekdays. That's weird. At Cinemark, at least. Hopefully here in Canada it'll be playing. But Taylor Swift concert heading to theaters, guys, and the new teaser. What did you think about it? I thought it was pretty cool. I'll go check it out for sure. You know, I'm a Tay-Tay fan right there. I'm a Swiftie. I'm not ashamed. There you go. Charlie's Angels 3. Let's talk about that. Is that going to happen? I don't know. Mick G is ready for Charlie's Angels 3. Now, yeah, no, I don't want to see that this is happening. Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu are still working, from what I understand. They're fine. But Cameron Diaz is starting to slowly come back into it. She retired for a bit to spend time with family and raise some kids, right? McGee saying that he would be open to it, that he would pass the torch on. Like, I mean, come on. Now, they tried that reboot with Elizabeth Banks a while ago with it. I don't know if there was supposed to be a little bit more of a serious tone, but Charlie's Angels, guys, it was like that campy, fun ride at the theater. I had fun with the first one. The second one was kind of like meh. uh, it got too. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous concept, and I don't. They kind of lost that when they try to make it a little bit more of a serious tone. Um, yeah, it wouldn't work. So you would have to go back to like this kind of formula. Could they all come back? Maybe. I wouldn't count them out. Could people want to see that? As long as it's not $150 million budget. If it was made for 75 million, then yes, I would say go ahead, make it Charlie's Angels 3. But do you think any of them will come back for that kind of money, for that kind of a budget? I don't think so. I'm not going to drudge up all the history of these movies. It's just um, casual. Thought we would just take a look at it. Do you guys want to see a Charlie's Angels 3? The director, Mick G, for some reason got the respect for uh, being a filmmaker around this time when this came out, because then he got Terminator Salvation lined up, and then it was like people realized that he's kind of somewhat ill-equipped was the politest way of saying it, to handle this kind of filmmaking. He just it was all the ingredients of the first Charlie's Angels that really helped them. It did. Mick G. I mean, come on, James, are you getting on him for his name? You shouldn't make fun of somebody just because of their name. Do you really think his name is Mick G? No, it's not. Mick G was born 1968, and I don't care. Let's just take a look at his directing credits. He's got two upcoming projects: Uglies and Family Switch. Turner and Hooch TV series. He directed one episode, so he's still been working, but not much. West Side, Terminator Salvation is his last. This Means War was his last big one, it looks like. That was with Tom Hardy and Reese Witherspoon, right? Who was the other girl or the other guy in that? Was that Chris Pine? Yeah, Chris Pine. Uh, nah, I don't see that happening. I just don't see that happening. Wasn't Bill Murray in Charlie's Angels as Bosley? Yeah, he was. And yeah, this article goes on to go into the history that Bill Murray and Lucy Liu had at odds with each other. But then once we learned more about Bill Murray, it sounds like a lot of people had problems working with him because apparently the guy's not a good dude. Sorry for all the Bill Murray fans out there. He does things that should, well, have gotten him banned from making any kind of movies. Yeah, which it sucks because I like Bill Murray. But then once I started hearing all the stories, I believe them. He admitted to it. The last one. Uh, anyway, let's not go down that rabbit hole. That one's ugly. It is ugly. All right, what's not ugly is Black Demon 2. Actually, it is. The Black Demon sequel being discussed after the movie held Amazon's #1 streaming spot for 7 days. Yes. Now, the Black Demon came out in theaters for a small release earlier this year. It came and went. Nobody talked about it. It's a big shark movie about a big shark hassling some people on an oil rig. And it has, what is that, Josh Lucas in it? I wanted to see it, but then when I saw the trailers, it looked extremely low budget. The visual effects looked very proto CGI-ish. Not very good. Anyway, no one has ever seen a genre shark movie with a Latino bent. What? Javier Chapa told THR. That's where we saw an opportunity, given our company's ethos is all really about supporting people of color on both sides of the camera, but also feeling a highly understandable need for our community. What? What does that have to do with Black Demon 2? Yeah, so basically his family's out on the oil rig. They're trying to get off the oil rig before the shark destroys it and eats them. So that's pretty much what happens, right? But it was a smaller budgeted film. It's on Amazon as #1. I could see that happening. Hey, they made you know what? The first movie here was caught in development hell for the longest time. This movie was supposed to come out like 2 years ago or something. Um, and then it lost the studio's backing and it kind of got shopped around to see who could pick it up and take it all the way. And then I guess, yeah, like for a year and a half, it just kind of disappeared off the map. Nobody was talking about it. Nobody was getting any production updates on it. And then it finally got its release there. It looks like on Amazon and with a limited theatrical release. That's what happened to the Black Demon. Did you guys go out and see it? Did you see it? The first Black Demon. Could a Black Demon 2 happen? Possibly. Possibly. All right. Saw X comes out at the end of the month. Oh, yeah, guys, this is the end of August. So, sorry, September starts tomorrow. And then at the end of September, Saw 10 comes out and it's got its rating. It's a rated R. Yeah, of course. It's bloody. It's torture. That P word that people like to use. Saw X lands an R rating for grisly, bloody violence and torture. Yeah, I mean, come on. That's what the Saw movie is. That's what a Saw movie should be. So I got no problems with that. The new film in the Saw franchise, which is going to be titled Saw 10, set to reach theaters September 29th. So, Saw fans has earned an R rating for sequences of grisly, bloody violence and torture, language, and some drug use. Well, yeah, he goes down to Mexico to get surgery to remove his brain tumor, right? But of course, he gets duped into some kind of con. They scheme him out of his money. They grift him, and then he's like, "Well, you can't do that. I'm Jigsaw," and he goes and kills him, right? So that's pretty much what the premise of what that movie is. I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's a good return to form for the Saw movies. I like horror movies, like franchise horror movies, to come out like every Halloweenish time at the end of September. It's just at the start of October. So hopefully it'll have a good run throughout October there. And hopefully it'll have good word of mouth too. Because I like the last Jigsaw movie. And I thought it was fairly inventive how they decided to bring him and use him, Tobin Bell, in that movie. Very inventive. But we'll see how this one goes. It's a prequel, guys. It happens between Saw 2 and 3. So we'll have to see how that pans out. Rated R for Saw 10. Not really that big of a surprise. I should really have put the horror movie here next. I should have put Five Nights at Freddy's trailer here, but whatever. We'll move on to the Roadhouse rating. Roadhouse remake. Roadhouse remake gets an R rating for violence throughout, persuasive language, and some nudity. Oh no. Are we going to see Jake Gyllenhaal's butt in this? Because we saw Patrick Swayze's butt in that movie, right? Oh no, I know, I remember. I know what we'll see. Oh yeah, it's my regular Saturday night thing. Yeah, we'll maybe see something like that. And they're not showing her face here, but this blonde in the Roadhouse, my God, it was like I was crushing hard on her when I first saw that movie. She's like a stunt woman or something too. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. The new Roadhouse, rated R for some nudity. Yeah, it better be violent too, because Jake Gyllenhaal. It's a bit of a different spin. This movie. It's not a complete carbon copy. The new film, Prime Video says the new take will see Gyllenhaal, a former UFC fighter who takes a job as a bouncer at a roadhouse in the Florida Keys, and soon discovers that everything is not what it seems in this tropical paradise. Yeah. Of course, there's probably going to be like some mafia type guy in the town that believes he owns the town and everything like that, and he'll cause trouble at the bar and stuff like that. But hey, Roadhouse. It's probably one of my favorite Patrick Swayze films. It's not in the top three, maybe. What would be my top three with Swayze? Point Break, Ghost. Well, no, yeah, Roadhouse. Yeah, no, I would say Roadhouse. Why not? I know that he was good in other things. He great actor. Rest in peace. Gone way too early. Yeah. So when does this Roadhouse come out, guys? Do we have a release date yet for this? No? Seriously? Well, if we're getting a rating, you'd think that we would have a release date for that. It says 2023. Let me see if I can pull up Jake Gyllenhaal's IMDb, and we'll see if the Roadhouse has got a. It says post-production. No release date. But I know that I've seen production photos of this. I think it's all in the can. Yeah, Conor McGregor's in this. And it's not done. Doug Lyman. Um, Very oddly blank IMDb page for sure. Sorry, I can't give you confirmation on the release date there, Glass Vikings. It was due out at the end of 2023. Yeah, but I'm not finding anything. It was supposed to be out this year. We'll see. Maybe it'll still come out, but it's kind of weird that it's kind of like not on the radar. If they're talking about the ratings, it means that it's gone before the review board for a set release date of some kind. I'm sure that we'll learn about it in the next week or so. My feelings tell me that a trailer is probably going to come out soon if they're getting ready for a release for a rating, because people have to see it to rate it, right? What was another good Swayze film? Jake was good in Donnie Darko. He acted with Patrick Swayze. Was Patrick Swayze in Donnie Darko? Was he? Whoops. Yeah, and Swayze was also a guy that was like, everything you heard about him behind the scenes, he was a good dude, you know? he said that he was in Donnie Darko. Oh yeah, Jim Cunningham, 2001. Wow, maybe we'll have to watch that one again. Where's Donnie Darko streaming? I remember that one's kind of like a mind trip, right? Is it on? Is it on Netflix right now? Uh, it's on Prime. Is it on Prime? Let me go over to my Netflix. I just want to confirm. It's easier for us. No, it's not on. It's not on my Netflix. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. We'll see. All right. Yeah. Maybe it's on Tubi. Let's go over and check that out. Tubi. Donnie Darko. Deus, a philosophy of Donnie Darko is on Tubi. No. Whoops. I didn't like to see that. It definitely won't be on Disney Plus. Anyway, let's move on. We're slowing down here. Snow White is going to get a 4K release. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Cool, right? First Disney's animated film, first Disney film ever, I think, right? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs 4K release date set for a remastered Disney classic. Wow, that's very topical right now because they're making a live action version of this and it's hit some criticism. What could that be? Well, apparently, people are shaking their hands saying, well, you can't have dwarves anymore. Dwarves is not very PC. Oh, it can't be a prince that falls in love with her anymore. It can't be about that anymore, which is kind of anti programming now that they're releasing this because the new actress, Rachel Zegler, has gotten into some trouble talking about the Snow White film. Rachel Zegler said that her Snow White won't be saved by a prince. Why? What's wrong with that? That's what the original movie has. Um, what's the big deal with that? Are you like I don't understand this messaging where it's kind of like a girl can never be in trouble. A girl has got to be always able to think herself out of the situation, and she's got to have like no reliance on any outside help. It's like get otherwise we're not sending a positive message. What are you talking about, man? Some Disney fans didn't want to hear it. Someday my prince will come. Whatever. Uh, yeah, so she's been saying all these comments out there, and it's gotten a lot of people's feathers ruffled, saying that, people just, it was made back in the 1930s, and, sorry, it was made back in the 1930s, and people just don't want to see that stuff anymore. Well, Disney's saying, guess what? We're releasing it on 4K, and people are going to buy it, and people will buy it. Because a lot of people just don't care about that PC messaging crap in movies. I know a lot of people like to use the word woke, but I don't really call it wokeism. It's just kind of like people feel like they need to put a modern spin on it. And it's kind of like, yeah, some of the things in these older movies don't jive with today's culture, but it's worthwhile to preserve it the way that it was so that we can learn from the past and not doom ourselves to repeat it, right? I look at it like that. Should we watch Snow White before the new Snow White drops? I don't know. Um, it's a musical, so it's got a lot of music in it that'll jam me up on the copyright claim stuff. But it's gonna have Gal Gadot in the live action one as the evil queen, which I'm looking forward to. But there's countless and countless videos out there of people just taking Rachel Zegler to task. And the best one that I saw was from Film Threat. Was it Chris Gore said, Where's Disney? Why isn't Disney defending their movie, Snow White? And while it looks like this is one of the moves that they could be using, is releasing the original one on 4K and seeing, is there an appetite out there for this? You know what I feel? This is what I'm sensing. Because of all the negative backlash from Rachel Zegler and the images of her in the Snow White costume, it doesn't look good. Look, this does not look good. Her trashing the original character doesn't do the studio any favors. Yeah, she can sing. Yeah, she can maybe act just a little bit, but it's kind of like if this sells well enough, this 4K release, I think they could be laying the groundwork to say, let's scrap this movie. Let's flush Snow White down the toilet and just eat it. We'll do what they did with the Batman, or sorry, the Batwoman, the Batgirl movie. We'll just say we'll write it off for tax purposes. I could totally see that happening, which again sucks for Gal Gadot. But Rachel Zegler, she's said way more than enough. Stirs backlash of her old comments about Disney Snow White live action. Yeah, she poo-pooed all over the original Snow White. She's like, that was made so long ago. I don't see why anybody would like that film. It's like, get out of here. Yeah. So it's a mess. Snow White is a mess, but 4K release, we'll see. We'll see if it makes a dent. See if it's posturing by the studio to try to generate buzz, or maybe take away buzz from the live action one. We'll see. Yeah, it's a situation that just gives me pause. All right, let's get into some trailers. A couple of trailers dropped over the last couple of days that are worth looking at. Five Nights at Freddy's has released its final trailer, a second trailer. October 27th is when this comes out. A troubled security guard begins working at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. So the final trailer, I'm not going to do a trailer reaction for this one, guys. I watched this, and I got to tell you this. I think this movie's in trouble, man. This movie is going to be struggling to make this, and it has to do with this scene right here. This is a concept that's silly. That's ridiculous. So this thing comes alive. The animatronics come alive and kill people there, right? It's silly. So they throw this cupcake at this guy, and it falls on his face. And here's an actor. Here, put this thing on your face, actor, and scream like it's eating you or something. It's ridiculous. And this trailer tipped me off with it being a little too ridiculous. Where I don't know if they were trying to play that seriously, or if that's meant to be, ha 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 ha, yeah, we know it's ridiculous. Let's just have fun with it. Here's a guy getting his face eaten off by a muffin or whatever, right? If they play into it, just like the Charlie's Angels did, you take a ridiculous concept and, fluff it up and have fun with it. If they can do that, then this is not going to be really scary. This is going to be like that comedic horror kind of thing. And if they go with that route, then maybe it has a chance. But I got to tell you this. We've seen this concept already with Willy's Wonderland and Nicolas Cage, where the animatronics in that come alive. He's the night cleaner there. He's there at night cleaning it up. And this is what's happening with Josh Hutcherson, right? And I'll tell you this, Josh Hutcherson is not nearly as charismatic as Nicolas Cage. And Nicolas Cage didn't speak a word in that movie. And Hutcherson is going to be allowed to speak in this movie. Is he going to be enough to carry us through and be rooting for him? I don't know. I'm not feeling it in this trailer, which sucks because I do like the genre of horror. Jim Henson Studios is doing the animatronics for these, which is fine, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. I don't know.
What is this?
Yeah, because kids went missing. It really depends on what the brutality is. If they're able to offset or have that proper mix, yeah, that's the proper word, not mix, not offset, the proper mix of it being campy and silly with the Fazbear going crazy and nuts, um, to it being gory to make you go, oh, wow, yeah, that looks like it's going to be fun. And hopefully the runtime is we're not going to be sitting in for a 2 hour plus Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Hopefully a quick 90 minutes is what this movie needs. Five Nights at Freddy's. But that's my impression of the final trailer, guys. Did you go out and see it? This movie is about to be a banger, some people say. The best horror movie of the year. Well, I wouldn't say that. The spring trap suit looks amazing. So it'll have fans of the game. It'll have fans of the game. It'll have horror fans. It'll have the Josh Hutcherson fans that I just threw all under the bus because I said that he wasn't charismatic as much as Nicolas Cage, but we'll have to just wait and see how this all pans out. October 27th is really close to Halloween. They're hoping to really capitalize on that Halloween weekend. I would have had it like a week before Halloween, but my God. Yeah, who else is in this movie? Matthew Lillard, Mary Stuart Masterson, Elizabeth Lale, Ryan Renicky. Okay, well, Josh Hutcherson is playing Mike Schmidt. And yeah, I don't know, man. Elizabeth Lale is the cop trying to warn him. We know how this goes down. Yeah, sort of. Loosely. We know what the idea is. But what do you guys think about that final trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's? Did it work for you? Or did you have the same concerns as I did? Or maybe let me know if I'm way off base here and have missed the mark in my estimation of what this movie is going to do in the box office. Okay, moving on. Saltburn had a trailer out yesterday. It dropped. Saltburn. And I got to tell you, I like this trailer. It looked like a Baz Luhrmann film, actually, to tell you the truth. A student at Oxford University finds himself drawn into the world of a charming and aristocratic classmate who invites him to his eccentric family's sprawling estate for a summer never to be forgotten. Yeah, so it's kind of like a lot of partying and stuff like that. A lot of debauchery. Yeah, that's a good word. Rosamund Pike, Carey Mulligan's? Carey Mulligan's going to be in this? Archie Madekwe, we just saw him in Gran Turismo. And Barry Keoghan, Jacob Elordi, who I thought at one time could be a possible frontrunner for Superman, this Jacob Elordi guy. Because he's got the kind of jaw outline for it. But the Saltburn trailer, there we go. Actually looked pretty entertaining. Now it's going to have a different aspect ratio here, right? And see when that's very, you can see like shades of Clark Kent in him though, right? That's why I called it early, but he decided not to throw his name into the ring. Maybe it's the side profile, very classic comic book like, right? But I could have seen this guy as a Superman. Totally could have. But anyway, I digress. Let's start talking about the trailer. The trailer, Saltburn. The estate is called Saltburn, right? So Keoghan's out on his own. He's kind of down on his luck. He comes to the estate and he's like, wow, this is a lot of... this is a really big estate here. And then he's like spying on people getting down. Rosamund Pike is in this.
I have a complete and utter horror of ugliness ever since I was very young. I don't know why.
Because you're a terrible person.
And she's like, I have a complete horror of ugliness. I don't know why. And the person behind her is like, well, maybe because you're not a good person. And she's like, oh, yeah. So it's got some eccentricity there. Rosamund Pike, you know that I like her because of Gone Girl. Great performance. And it's a big mansion. and there's like parties going on at night and stuff like that, and he gets kind of like all caught up in it and stuff. Barry Keoghan right now is got to be one of my favorite actors because he's just got so much range. He can go to weird places, right? Like he's going to be playing the Joker in Matt Reeves' Batman, right? So that's cool. There's Jacob Elordi and his sketch. uh, so he's there trying to figure his way out and his life out there at Saltburn.
No, just be yourself. I love you. It's relaxed, I promise.
Yeah, there's something there. You can see that. Just put the blue suit on him, and you could see a Superman-ish type quality to him, right?
I love you. It's relaxed, I promise.
At least that's the way I feel. So Saltburn, you see what I mean by sort of it being like Baz Luhrmann-ish with it, the color palette. Written and directed by Emerald Fennell. Curious, right? Very curious. Let's see what people are saying in the comments. I remember watching Linus Sandgren work on the set of No Time to Die. That man can make cinematography seem effortless. So people are talking about the cinematography. This looks great. It's wonderful to see they're making proper movies. What? What do you mean proper movies? Get out of here. Thumbs down. This looks incredible. I love movies. When movies choose a unique aspect ratio, no, I don't. I don't like the unique aspect ratio. That's like old TV aspect ratio. And the Zack Snyder's Justice League chose to use that aspect ratio, but that was Snyder's vision, James. He wanted it to be like, no, he didn't. Not what? Just use the widescreen angle, guys. I hate this fooling around of aspect ratios. But anyway, that's just me. I worked on this film and it feels weird to watch the trailer, but I had a lot of fun. Okay, so it's people who worked on it watched the trailer. Yes, please. I love seeing more Emerald Fennell's work. Rest assured, any film Barry Keoghan acts in will be brilliant. Dark Song. So, a lot of Emerald Fennell fans. Let's go over to, wait a minute. Did we see Archie Madekwe in that? The guy from Gran Turismo? He was in the start, right? Yeah, he's right there. He looks a little bit younger there. He must have shot this before Gran Turismo.
Right? Yeah.
All right. He kind of sends him there, right? Emerald Fennell. Let's take a look at the person's resume here. Emerald Fennell. English actress. Hold on here. Is that her? Okay. She's an actress, huh? Started off acting? Well, I got no problem with that. She was Midge in Barbie? What? Fascinating. Promising Young Woman, Drifters, The Danish Girl, Pan, Anna Karenina. Okay, let's take a look at the directing credits. I want to take a look at the directing credits, please. Promising Young Woman and Careful How You Go. So she's doing Saltburn. Promising Young Woman as one, Carey Mulligan, right? I don't think I ever saw that one. I know conceptually what happened in that one, but Saltburn. Oh, that's a good picture of Rosamund. Awesome. That's the leftovers of the day after the party's done. Everybody's kind of like, oof. Party life, huh? What do you guys think? Did you watch the Saltburn trailer? Are you looking forward to it? When is the movie coming out? Saltburn comes out November 24th, 2023. November 24th. Yeah. In select theaters, November 24th. The film is not yet rated. So it's weird. See how this movie's got a release date, but no rating, where movies like Roadhouse have a rating, but no release date. That's really weird, isn't it? How that works sometimes. That's why I'm saying when it comes to Roadhouse that don't worry, there's going to be a release date soon. They're going to they're ramping up the marketing machine right now, right? All right. One last trailer for something with a Mel Gibson movie called Desperation Road. October 6th. A southern noir thriller set in a tough and tumble Mississippi town where a woman and her young daughter are caught in the crossfire when whiskey, guns, and the desire for revenge violently intersect. Directed by Nadine Crocker and starring Mel Gibson, Willa Fitzgerald, and Garrett Hedlund. So I did watch this trailer, and the trailer sucks. Straight up, the trailer sucks. But I like the cast. The premise is fairly run-of-the-mill kind of thing. He's like traveling with this girl. He asks Mel Gibson for help. He's like, okay, I'll help you out here with these bad guys coming after you. We'll try to make a stand. But why do I say the trailer sucks? Because about the last 30 seconds of the trailer is just like quick cuts, and it's kind of like you're not really telling me anything about the story here. You're just putting a bunch of action sequences together, and it's kind of like I don't know what I'm supposed to make sense of this. Like how is this supposed to be exciting? Looking at all these little flash cuts of stuff, you see emotion, but it's kind of like the trailer sucks. Which is we've seen trailers that suck before. Yeah, there's something going on there. And I know some people still have their beefs with Mel Gibson, but Desperation Road, October 6th, guys, that trailer dropped. Looks pretty good. Mel never disappoints, and it's something different. The book by Michael Farris Smith is phenomenal. So it's based on a book. Hope the film does it justice. So you got people who are fans of the book that'll come out and support this. Looks interesting enough, and Mel Gibson has great films. So for the most part, on a cursory glance here, I didn't expect to see this much support for Mel Gibson. So some people have moved on and forgiven him for his past, shall we say, disgraces. Gibson had problems with the bottle. He did. But I think, from my understanding, he beat it. He got it under control. So for that, you got to say good. But while he was having his problems, he made statements that people say when they're on the sauce, and it's not good. Very anti-Semitic remarks. But he's a good filmmaker. He's a good actor. Can you separate the art from the artist? He didn't outright hurt anybody directly. It's just comments, generalizations hurt him, right? Looks like a good movie, yeah. Did you guys see this trailer for Desperation Road? We were just talking about female directors, and this Nadine Crocker is also a female director, but got her start in acting. So, got to champion that. That's cool. Because as I said in the past, guys, I like directors that come from acting because they can understand the craft. Just gives them that extra edge when dealing with the set. She was in Cabin Fever. The remake of Cabin Fever. All right. So those are all the trailers. We are now going to move on to hit or miss headlines. Did you guys see any of those trailers? What do you guys think? Hit or miss. If it's a hit, we'll talk about it. If it's a miss, we'll move on. Netflix renews The Lincoln Lawyer for season 3, but Neve Campbell will not be returning. She's departing. Well, that sucks. She was going to be the only reason why I would have watched this series because of her. I had it in queue. I was going to watch this, but if it's not going to have Nev Campbell in it, what's the point? Because this guy, I don't care. He's not Matthew McConaughey. He doesn't have the charisma to win me over. I'm sorry to say that out loud, but it's just kind of like, it is what it is. We don't all have time to do this kind of thing, right? To sit down for an hour and watch a series that kind of makes you go meh. So I'll move on. Adam Driver calls out Netflix and Amazon for not meeting SAG-AFTRA demands at Venice. Yeah, he's at the Venice Film Festival right now, right? Because Ferrari's opening up there. I'm very happy to be here to support this movie and the truncated schedule that we had to shoot it and the efforts of all the incredible actors working on it and the crew. But also, I'm very proud to be here as a visual representation of a movie that's not part of the AMPTP and to promote the SAG Leadership Directive, which is an effective tactic, which is an interim agreement, Driver said. All right. So he goes on to talk about his experiences with Ferrari. But yeah, part of it is that they wanted Netflix and Amazon to post how many views things get, and how many like metrics like they could tell people like from what YouTube does, like with watch time and stuff. How many clicks does it get? Impressions is what it's called. So that people are getting paid properly as the revenue comes out. Yeah. Selena Gomez deletes Only Murders Instagram post after being accused of breaking SAG after strikes. Now, guys, I'm a Selena Gomez fan. I'll always go to bat for her. I guess she posted something about Only Murders in the Building season 3 or something. And she's an actor. And as an actor, you're not allowed to promote your stuff, which sucks. So it sounds like this was a bit of an accident, or like she did it with just being a little bit naive to the extent of some of the rules of the strike. Hey, we all make that. But she deleted it. She's being accused of breaking the strike rules. But whatever. It happens. It happens. Cut her some slack, you know? That's what I would say. I think she's going to find a good partner, life partner soon, hopefully. Get married. Experience love. Solid love. Love that'll last you for the rest of your life, Selena. That's what I want for you. Huh. Yeah. All right. That's all I got for hit or miss. Let's go over to the Twitterverse and we shall round out this day. Where am I at? See if I missed any big, juicy headlines. Taylor Swift's Eras Tour concert film and Martin Scorsese's Killer of the Flower Moon will release in theaters a week apart from one another. Oh, okay. I thought they were going to be the same time, but no. The first poster for Taylor Swift's Eras Tour. Okay, cool. I'll save that. Although that poster quality doesn't seem to be up to snuff, for me at least. Looking forward to that. October 13th. You know what I want to find out? I want to see if I can get advanced tickets for that. It said advanced tickets now, right? Let's see. Friday, October 13th. Yes, I can. Wow. My God. Okay, now that's at Queensway. Let's go to Waterloo. That's there. So I will be seeing it. 2 hours and 45 minutes. So that's almost as long as the actual concert itself. I'll have no problem with that. And it's going to be in the AVX Theater. So that's the Prime Sound Theater. I'm buying my tickets. Preview seats. Oh, people are already buying it. My God. Okay, hold on here. Now, October. So we're not getting the 13th. It could be the 13th as well, right? Oh, sorry, Thursday the 12th. I need Thursday the 12th. It could be previews on the 12th. But I'll go see this. Why not? All right, there you go. Next, the film version of the Eras Tour. Yeah, I'll be seeing it. Franz Rogowski. Don't know who that is. Top Gun Maverick stars for SAG-AFTRA strikes. Choose Love. First interactive rom-com now streaming. Viewers can help Cammie choose between her current boyfriend and British rock star Rex Gallier or Jack for her first love. Fascinating. This is on Netflix now, August 31st. Interactive. We might have to do this one, guys. What was it called? One Piece Love? It's not One Piece Love. What the heck is it called? Choose Love. Let's see if that's out there. Choose Love. Maybe we can do this on the weekend or something. We'll have like an interactive Choose Love. Okay, so it's an hour and 17 minutes. Huh. So you make choices. Fascinating. Romantic movies. Maybe we'll have to book that for Saturday, guys. And we'll make choices together. Or we could do it this afternoon. I don't know. No, I'm going out to see.
Need someone that you can.
I'm going out to see Equalizer at 4:30. 4:30. So I got 4:30. 4:30 for Equalizer. Too many changes to old movies, redacting history. They should make new tales instead of changing the past. Yeah. Talking about Snow White. Whistle While You Work, top tune. Bring on OG Snow White. Yeah. Lincoln Lawyer was good first season. Kind of a grind second season. Nev really wasn't in the second season. Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe there was contract things up. It's weird. You know, I was this close. There was a fan expo in Toronto, not last weekend, 2 weekends ago. The weekend that I got sick, basically. There was a fan expo, and she was going to be there at that fan expo. And I was this close to going, but I got sick. And I was going to pay $90 to have my photo taken with her. And that would have been a cool banner to put on the YouTube channel, right? One day I'll meet her. She's an awesome actress. One day. All right. Choose Love, interactive, huh? Yeah. The Pirates are coming. One Piece. Yeah, sorry. I don't know what One Piece is. Is that's based on a game, right? Delicate, Emma Roberts. 2 years ago, Only Murders of the Building premiered. Froy Gutierrez, whoever the heck that is. Pet Shop Boys follows the affair between impulsive Alejandro, a pet store employee, Jack, exploring the underbelly of New York and a romance that sends them to weird places, looks like. Don't know what that is. First look at Austin Butler for Bike Riders. Yeah, this one looks like it's going to be interesting, and looks like it's going to be in black and white, which I normally have no problem with. And it looks like this is going to be a good application of the black and white. But a bunch of, well, bike riders. It's going to have Tom Hardy in it too, which is cool. Jodie Comer, Jeff Nichols, and Austin Butler on Bike Riders. Jodie Comer, good actress. More strike talk. Diego Calva. Kaylee Spaney for Priscilla Presley's Priscilla. That's going to be at TIFF as well. Maybe I can see if I can get into a screening at that at TIFF. Oh, posters for Five Nights at Freddy's. No, guys, Or would you really put that on your wall? Character posters. It's going to be on Peacock. I don't know. It's not even well lit. Josh Hutcherson returns to the big screen. Yeah. Sweet bag. Never heard of it. Directed by Emerald Fennell. Saltburn, yeah. Hulu has canceled The Great after 3 seasons. 16 years ago, Halloween. Rob Zombie's Halloween was 16 years ago? My God. 16 years ago. Wow. How time flies. Feels like it just came out like maybe 10 years ago at most. Rosamund Pike, Saltburn. More Saltburn stuff. All right. Okay. We didn't see Carrie in the trailer, did we? It remarks her second collaboration with the director. Yeah, because they did Promising Young Woman together. All right. Guys, that's pretty much it for me today. I'm going to go out and see Equalizer 3 later this afternoon. Pay attention for my straight out of the theater reaction for that. Later on, in about an hour or so, we'll be doing a full live playthrough for Final Fantasy VII Remake over on our Twitch channel, Mirror Domains. So we'll be going into chapter 10, I think it is. Yes. So, yeah. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, guys. See you next time. Tomorrow, we'll talk about Equalizer 3. I'll give my full review tomorrow for Equalizer 3. See you next time on Mirror Domains.